The paradox of betta fish and threats. What kind of stimulus drives your personal growth? A few days ago, my child came home from school with a betta fish. It had been quite a while since a new living creature became a member of our family. My child shared the detailed care instructions learned from the teacher. First, feed it 3 pellets twice a day. Second, change the water once a week, using bottled water or tap water that has been set aside for 2 to 3 days. Third, place a mirror in front of the tank for 1 hour, twice a day. Having raised goldfish as a child, I understood the first 2 rules, but the third one was baffling. When I asked why, my child's answer was clear. The betta perceives its own reflection as a rival, prompting it to flare its fins and swim aggressively. This behavior is called flaring. If it doesn't do this periodically, its magnificent fins will atrophy, eventually becoming useless. At first I thought, how foolish that it can't even recognize itself. But a few days later, while watching the betta in its tank, I suddenly saw our own lives reflected in it. Living in modern society, we are exposed to countless stimuli at every moment. In schools, workplaces, on the road, and even in our places of rest, we live by constantly competing, comparing, and reacting to stimuli. Imagine living a life entirely devoid of any threat or stimulus. Initially, we might feel happy in that peace. But if that state lasted forever, humans might eventually become powerless beings, unable to do anything for themselves. It would be like a protagonist in a movie who, after relying solely on teleportation, eventually forgets even how to open a door. To those of us living amidst excessive stimuli and threats, stress feels like an inescapable fate. But perhaps we can shift our perspective on how we handle that stress. What if we viewed today's stress not as a burden, but as a necessary stimulus that strengthens specific parts of our character and mind? Just as a betta fish must face an imaginary enemy every day to maintain its brilliant fins, perhaps moderate stress and stimuli are the necessary conditions to sustain our own most radiant moments and to keep moving forward in life. Could the very stress that weighs you down today actually be the mirror required to unfurl your fins most beautifully? Rather than fading away in complacency, why not choose a life that grows firmer by willingly embracing the tremors of change?